Data transfer between screens. Hello, everyone. In this video, we will learn how to send data from one screen to another in Android applications. We're going to deal with these transfers in 4 steps. So what's the first one? Data transfer from one activity to another activity. So we're going to learn how to send data from one activity to another activity. In the second step, we'll learn how to send data from activity to fragment. In the third section, we'll learn how to send data from fragment to activity. And for that fourth and last step, we'll learn how to send data from one fragment to another fragment. Now, in some parts of developing an application, we must transfer data, which is taken from the user or from some other part of the application. That's why this section is so important for you to master. In this section, we'll learn the first step, which is sending data from one activity to another activity. So this is where we will learn to send this data to another activity. Then we'll learn how to get data which was sent from the first activity. And then finally, we'll put it all together and learn how to grab all of that data that you gathered and put it into Android components. So let's move on over to Android Studio and begin the course. So here I've created a new project in Android Studio for this video, and you probably already know how to create a new project, yes, so I'll leave that part up to you. I first want to show you the finished version of this project. So in this application, the user will enter name, email address, and phone number. Then after clicking on the sign up button, a new activity will open. And let's consider this a login page. Users must enter some sort of information on the login page. So now we'll grab this entered data and send it onto another page. So first I'll write some name in the name section, write an email address, phone number. So after I click the sign up button, you can see 3 written text views which the user has entered. And we've made some additions in our written text. For example, we added hello before the name. And we also added your email is before the email address. And similarly, we added your phone number is before the phone number. So we'll develop a simple application just like this. So let's get started. So first, I've got to add 3 edit text to the linear layout. I'll add 1 edit text for name, 1 edit text for email address, and 1 edit text for phone number. So how about if I delete all this edit text of these edit texts and add a hint instead? So that means in the first edit text, I'll write, please enter your name as a hint. Second edit text, I'll write, please enter your email address. And in the third edit text, I'll write, please enter your phone number. Yeah, that's more friendly. So now I'm going to add a button. And I will change the text of this button to be sign up. Now I will select all components. And I'll change the width of the components to wrap content. Then I'll adjust linear layout's gravity value to be center horizontal. And that way all the components get centered. Oh, by the way, because hints cannot be seen, I can adjust edit text width to 300 dp. Then to extend the distance between components, I can select 3 components and enter 25 dp to the layout margin top value. Also, for the top edit text, I'll just adjust the value of the layout margin top. Let's make it 50 dp. So that way we can have some space from the top. Now we can give some IDs to these components. So I'll write edit text name to the ID of the first edit text. And I'll write edit text email to the ID of the second edit text. And I'll write edit text phone to the ID of the third edit text. So here I'll write button sign up in the ID of button. All right, so that finishes the design section. Now let's go on to the Java page. So first up, we'll define components. So in this section, while defining components, it's enough to write edit text just one time only. Then I can write names for the components. So I will define the button here. Now inside the onCreate method, I will match components with their IDs. Then I'll add a click listener to the button. Inside the click listener, first I've got to get that data which the user entered. Then I've got to assign that data to the string and integer containers. So in here I'll write username equals name.getText.toString. And just like that, I'll get the other data too. So here is going to be a little different. To be able to get the phone data as an integer, I've got to change the form, and I'll write integer.valueof. Yeah? You with me? Cool. But instead of getting an integer value, we could get information as a string in the first place, and then have it be written as it is. Yeah? Right. So I did do that on purpose because I want to show you how to send an integer as data. So I made an integer transformation. Okay. So now we can send data. We will use intent as a sending operation. So first I'll create an object in the intent class. So I'll write intent I equals new intent. So in here, new intent gets 2 parameters. First one is name of activity in which the intent will work. And for the second one, I'll write secondActivity.class. Okay, so here we get a warning. Why is that? Well, because there is no activity by the name of secondActivity, right? Don't worry, we're going to create that activity soon. But here now we can pass to the data sending section. So in here, I will write I.put extra. Now we use the put extra method so that we can send data with intent. So it's because of that method, the new activity opens with intent, and all that data goes to the other activity. Put extra method gets two parameters. First one is keyword. Now the keyword is, of course, so very important because we will use that same keyword in other activities to get data, right? So you don't want to have a variety of activities with the same keyword because that's going to create some serious confusion. So in other words, the keyword must have a particular and specific name which you won't be able to use anywhere else. So in here, I'll write name for our keyword. Yes, this is a simple one, but believe me, when you have multiples, you'll get confused. Now you, of course, can use any keyword in your code, but beware of the pitfalls that I caution you of. Okay, so as a second parameter, we will enter the data which will be sent. Here I will write username because this data which we will send belongs to the username string container. I will send mail with the same method. So after writing put extra, I will write the keyword email, and I will write user email for the data which we will send. So in this section, sending phone data is the same. I'll write put extra phone user phone. And then I must make the intent method work. So here, after writing start activity, I'll write I inside brackets, which was the object's name that we created using intent class. Yeah. And then after all of these, when we click the sign up button, the intent method will work and our other activity will open.